play some all the mod 7 to the sky. Right here I'm definitely checking out this board, looking at it, not paying any attention to what it says, thinking it's an advertisement, and trying to figure out how to get to my actual island. I ran through once already, most of the way done. But all this is new since I started. It's basically telling you you can do the quests or you cannot do the quests. It's up to you. The quests will help you know where you're going and what you're supposed to be doing. And after not having any clue of how to get the game to start, I think, well, maybe if I just go ahead and yeet myself off the edge, maybe that'll get me to my island. That was really dumb. So yeah, oops. I'd also gone through and, oh, check it out, I'm in ghost mode. That happens when you die. You fall slower and enemies don't see you, so you can get to your body quicker. Here I finally figured it out. Checking out the islands. I want the good start, the not easy start. So I go for the island. We're going to tear down as much of the supplies we have as possible so that we can collect our leaves, and now we're going to punch the ground and get pebbles. If you put the pebbles in your inventory, you won't throw them when you pick them up. So that's what I'm doing, and that'll let you know when you've got a stack. We are going to need a little bit more space so we don't lose any saplings. There is a safety button you can hit to get free saplings, but I guess it's an emergency. If you need it, you need it, but you shouldn't need it. We'll expand out the little island a little bit. Get a little bit more. You can punch the side, tops, bottoms. Give you pebbles. 4 pebbles make 1 block. You're going to do a lot of that in the beginning. That is kind of vital. There's not a whole lot of other way to get the cobble to start with. I probably should have made those platforms. It's gonna give me issues later, but it's okay. It'll be just fine, I think. And then of course you want to punch some trees. You got the little booty dance to make them grow, and you'll want a good couple at least. What we're really wanting here is saplings. We're trying to collect as many saplings as we can. Maybe not as many, but enough to make sure we have enough to get through what we need to do and have some spare. And there my mouse struck. Of course, I didn't want the barricades, which is pretty much useless, but I'll find something for them later. What we want is a crafting bench, so we want some planks and crafting bench. Then we're going to want a chest, because our pockets are going to get full pretty quick. And there I want to get some more rocks. Make sure you use the right button. That could be bad when there's nothing below you but void. Got a little bit more cobble. I think we're going to make an oven as well, or we will very soon. I think that's what I'm prepping for. Yeah, there it goes. Need that furnace, need that oven to cook all the things. And of course, a double chest to keep our stuff safe. Even though when we do fall off the edge, our items will be stored by a wonderful mod, and we can pick it up, which is usually very convenient unless you're at a place that you had to fly to, or some other situation where there's a lot of mobs around. It's still better than losing them or having them sprout out on the ground, but getting back to your gravestone is sometimes a pain in the ass. I'm going to make a crook, of course. I'm going to use that to get us some worms. And we're going to use the worms to get us some string, which will get us wool and a bed. And later on we can make tools with it and stuff. I'm sure there's other uses for the string, but I never use them. We don't need too much to start with. Oh, we're also the sieves. The sieves need screws, so we're going to need a little bit of wool, or a little bit of string, but not too much. And this will give you a ridiculous amount, so you don't have to stress on it too much. 1 or 2 trees full should get you through the game. Kind of oops there. I forgot what I was doing. That's what happens. But no worries. We'll do it again and plop down some worms. It goes pretty quick. They spread out through the whole tree. Doesn't take too long to finish up the cycle. But this is super important in the beginning, and I cut it out, but I got killed by phantoms. Definitely got murdered by some phantoms. There you can see as it starts to propagate, take over. We're going to wait till every last leaf is white. There's one right at the top that's not quite there yet. And we're good. I don't think it's necessary to use the tool to get it, but when you do and you use the auto miner, it will gather them all towards you so they don't go flying off the edge. Kinda. Get the wolf for a bed. And I'll remember that I need the screens as well here very soon. And although the island is small and they can't spawn on it, it's good to have some torches handy. We will need them later for making water, but we'll get there. Go ahead and widen it out a little bit more. Give us a little bit more room to play with. So even though there's not too much penalty, in fact I think you level up from dying. Oops. Still, falling into the void doesn't feel good, so try to avoid it. And there's other things you can do eventually to gain the knowledge in death. And all the cool things that come with the gravestone mod. That's for another time. I think I'm pretty satisfied with that. And now that our grass has made it down to the bottom, we don't need this little mound anymore. But I'll take that out. If you've never played a sky mod before, or skyblock before, then this will all be new to you. If you played the skyblock and never all the mods, it'll feel a little strange. You don't really need to save the grass, because you'll get grass seed eventually, and you'll be able to grow grass wherever you want it. You just have to sift dirt, and you can also make dirt, so losing some blocks here and there isn't a problem, as long as you don't you know, get rid of all of them, then you won't be able to grow trees. Almost did it again. And I won't make you sit through all of this every time. Eventually pull out an auto clicker, which works for this real well. Works real well with an auto clicker. Save you some time. But grass, dirt, doesn't matter. But if you do what I'm doing right now, you know, picking them up and you end up throwing them if they're in your hand, which is fine because we don't want any of those. We only want the cobble. The rest are cool and all, but kind of unnecessary. I thought I'd cut all that out. This will be the first video edit of my career. So don't expect a masterpiece. I haven't even checked to see if the audio that I'm talking or recording right now is going to actually record. Seems to. But I'm not seeing the audio meter move. So that could be fun. And we'll check it here in a minute. Well, we got our bed together. And next up is a little bit of food. And we're going to have to get to getting some materials. So it's time to I think it's time to make some sieves and start doing some manual sieving. I had to just check we're recording just fine. Unfortunately, I had to hear my voice, and I'm awful. I don't think anyone likes their own voice. I had watched a video where you can get flint from gravel, get flint from gravel from a cutting board. You get your gravel back and the chance for flint. I decided to check that and then test that, and spoiler alert, it sucks. So I went to the backup method of just using up the gravel to get the flint. Find it eventually. There's 23 pages of things a cutting board can do, which is kind of cool because I'd never messed with it before. I'd never looked at it. There it is. Now I need a shovel. Pretty basic stuff. I'm going to go ahead and make a hammer and a wand. We're going to need both of those. We need both of those to get through this gravel production. And then later sand and dust. Won't really need dust until we need our crucibles. But that's near the end. The goal for this video, for this starter, is to get cobblestone. Get a cobblestone generator going. Not your old school break the brick, the mod in here. It's the cobblestone generators, and that's going to be very, very useful for the rest of the game. Guess I decided I needed more trees. Oh yeah, we're getting ready to make the sieves. We're going to need a little bit more wood. I don't think I've burnt through it yet. I have not. Made some preemptive barrels and some other things. Looks like I'm just trying to get everything together here. I'll get it. I'll get it eventually. There it is. I'm going to hit the A key and put it to the left-hand side of the screen so that I can grab the recipe quickly and reference it quickly. There are a few components you want to grab when you're doing your sieving. You want to make sure you do some leaves. You want to make sure you do a bunch of gravel, a ridiculous amount of gravel. You can get the dirt in there now if you want, but to get the dirt, you're going to have to make it. It's kind of a pain in the ass, so you might want to wait on that. Eventually we can go to another dimension and grab up all the dirt we want. So I decide I'm going to make a bunch of them. Just a bunch. You'll need them. They still work for, or you'll need them for the automatic sievers, whatever they call them. So having a bunch isn't a problem. Because eventually you'll want to go for different materials. Netherrack's pretty useful to sieve. Crush it and sieve it. Gives you a lot of the nether stuff, nether things. There's the wand. And your first mission on the sieves is to get flint. You want to level your sieves up as quickly as possible. Oh, look, a ghost. That's pretty cool. It's Halloween time. IRL. That was pretty cool. But they are kind of annoying. They just show up, make some noise, and then disappear. I don't know if there's anything you can do with them. You may be able to swat at them. Not entirely sure. Didn't even know that was a feature. And here I'm going to speed through this so you don't have to, yeah. It's pretty boring. I'm going to have to do it a bunch. You're going to have to punch a lot of the ground. I'd say by the time you're ready to have your cobble stone generator, you should probably have gone through probably a good 10 stacks of cobblestone. Here I am trying it out. I got a piece the first try, so I was pretty excited. And then nothing else. Thought maybe it had gone in my inventory somehow. I give it a couple more tries, but then I abandoned hope and go to the tried and true way. You can sieve for flint, but with the basic tier nets, you're not gonna get much. And it's guaranteed with the crafting recipe. Every 3 gravel you'll get one, so. I couldn't remember how many you need, but you need 6 per screen. We have 4 down, so we'll need 24. And you also want to go at least a 4x4. I would recommend a 6x6 or a 3x3. I think you can go up to a 6x6, or was it 5x5? 5x5. It'd also be smart to do a even amount of sieves for your stacks of gravel, so that you run out. I think 8 was the number. 8's a good number to go with. But I'd go ahead and do the 3x3 eventually. Probably isn't a bad idea to just stand and punch the ground a couple hundred times. Which I end up doing over and over and over again. There we go. Super mode. And that is with an auto clicker, and that is, I think, 5 times speed or 10 times speed, so it does come pretty quick, but it's not going to come at a ridiculous speed. And something happened. I don't know what happened, but I built this up pretty high, and then I smashed it all with a hammer. I'm going to cut away from it here in a second, probably after I smash it, but the video didn't record, so had to cut it out. But that problem with using blocks in the beginning happens right here. As you can see, there's some holes, and that's actually the second time I did it. You can see the wood that's there now was the first time repairing it. This is actually the second go at sieving. I've decided I'm going to upgrade since I have the gravel. Oh, I did that already. Okay. Well, I have enough for the last piece now. I don't know why I did that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Alright. And I got that through sieving. Proper like. The more you have, the faster you go through materials, which is good, because you have to grind out a good bit of it. I'm going to go speed up a little bit. I'll cut most of it out, but I'll leave some in there so you can see the grind, because there's a grind, of course. Wouldn't be a sky block if you weren't doing the grind. Now we have enough materials to go ahead and upgrade to a 3x3. And I think I made a few extra. Yeah, that'd be alright. But our main goal right now is iron. We need iron. We need iron pieces. We need 2 buckets, and we need, what's the other thing? Oh, shears. 2 buckets and shears. And using the ATM miner takes away your hunger, so having food on hand is a good idea. You can drain yourself to 0 hunger and then die if you don't have food close by. Get just a little bit more stone. Eventually I figured out to put it on the bar to save it, and it's less clicks. But now we're working on iron for sure. Need iron for buckets. Making the iron tools, iron hammer and iron wand at this point, I end up doing it, but it is a waste. It's a waste of materials. They don't seem to last much longer anyway. The iron wand will let you place down more than a 3x3 block grid, but it doesn't seem to have very much durability, so. And also a cool trick eventually, after I get these pebbles out of my main inventory. I don't do it for another 2 goes with the iron, but there's a hotkey K, and I think Shift K will auto compact stuff at your inventory. It doesn't work for the pebbles though, unfortunately. I thought it did. I think it's supposed to. Maybe I was doing something wrong. And also, if you have something in your hand, you can double click on a stack of things, and all of those type of things will go into the inventory. I think there's shift buttons involved too. Go ahead and do this again. Then I'll realize my tools are broken and I'll need more. Some hammers and a few wands, and we're ready to go again. Go ahead and yeet these over the side. See ya. Goodbye. I guess if you get blocks of iron, you might be able to repair them, but it's just a waste of your inventory space. Sieve some more, get some more things. I think I have enough iron at this point to make some shears. Yep. So we'll go ahead and make some shears here in a second. There it is. So we get those leaves. We need those leaves and a wooden crucible to get water. Also, you sieve the leaves and... well, screensaver just popped on, that's good. You sieve the leaves and you get tree seeds and other seeds from it. Or tree saplings. I don't think you get any seeds, just tree saplings. And there's some other things that pop through it. But we're going to clear our workspace so we can grow another tree and get working on this water. I think we go for almost 2 stacks of leaves, which is plenty enough to make water, but I'll go ahead and sieve them so without having saved any back, so I gotta do this again eventually. But you're definitely going to want to sieve some leaves. You're going to want the, I think it's the methrol. It's integrated dynamics that'll be very easy crafting and storage setup. We'll get into that next video. For here, I'm realizing that the oak barrel makes dirt. So there's how you make dirt if you wanna do that for sieving. But that's not what I wanted to do at all. I wanted a wood crucible, so we're gonna have to do that now. Eventually I figure it out. I think I'm going to go for a stone barrel next, because I think maybe it's supposed to be a stone barrel. Instead of just using just enough items to check it out, I decided to be bullheaded and go for it myself. Separate the stones out of my inventory. And now I'm going to find out that it's not cobblestone, it's actual stone to make the barrel. So that was all for nothing. Now I'm verifying, and indeed there is a stone barrel, but it's made with stone, not cobblestone. So that's what I think I need to do. And I'm wrong. Don't waste your time. I'm not entirely sure what the stone barrel is necessary for, but I don't... Oh yeah, obsidian creation. Holding lava. Pump lava into it and throw in cobblestone, I think, and it makes obsidian. I think it's something like that. There I'm using the K shortcut key to compact that stuff up. And I think I'm getting the wrong tools out. Or I think I'm waiting on that stone to cook. I figure it out eventually, I believe. There it is. I cut it all out. Make these stone barrels first, because I'm a genius. But they'll come in handy eventually. Now you want to put the crucibles on top of the heat source. That's why I'm doing that. But it's saying compost again. I noticed it after 2 leaves, and I'm like, no, this isn't right. So we're gonna have to smash it down. Try again. I'll figure it out eventually. And there it is. Spelled incorrectly, so there it is. The oak crucible. I made logs, so I decided I think I need to cut down some more trees. Or no, I have some logs. Okay, good. And we're good now. Also, the campfire is a much better fire source. Much better heat source. It will go much faster. The ideal is a superconductor, something like that. That's a little bit expensive and way too advanced for where we're at now. The next best would be a block of uranium, which you can get through sieving sand. But it takes a lot of sand to get what you need, so. Now that I know I'm on the right path for water, we are heading for lava. But not quite yet. I could have got there a lot quicker. Just do the grinding first. Get all the pieces. Make sure you have enough iron to start. I don't remember those lapis pieces in my previous playthrough, so. the way I've turned on the AC. I hear the water gurgling out of the condenser. Sounds somewhat violent. Alright, where are we at? I ended up sitting and staring at these for a long time. The torch is terrible. And here's me getting more leaves. Definitely. I shouldn't have sieved them all already. But as you can see, I still have a stack of leaves, so completely unnecessary. But it doesn't hurt, I guess. I ended up sitting there for quite a long time. You can see that the day turned to night. So the shears and the buckets are the main things you need for the iron, which is 6 and 4, 10 pieces of iron, so you need 40 iron pieces to progress. You'll also want a lot more than that too, because the next upgrade for the screens is going to be iron. And you'll definitely need those, because you will need blocks of iron to get the automatic sieves and power. I think the best way to get power is the magnetic dynamos. It's pretty easy to fuel them, create an infinite lava source by cooking rock in a crucible and pumping it in. Others may disagree, but it'll get you where you need to be in the beginning. But that's, if I continue to do this, will be a couple videos away. At least 2. Maybe not. So I want to get the automatic setting done as soon as possible. You want to get that going because you need quite a bit of materials to run a nuclear reactor and the endgame star building. And we got our 2 buckets of water. We're going to build us a base and a fountain. Just a little basic fountain, some steps, and now that's complete. Our next step is to sieve some sand. We'll need that as soon as possible. Of course, I'll mess around for a while on other things instead of getting to it. But we need dust. We need to get some dust to make some clay. Need the clay, the dust, and then we'll need to sieve some sand, or sieve some dust for some bone meal so that we can make the crucible to make lava. Oh, that's gone forever. I'm trying to work out now how I'm gonna do it. And I decided to pretty it up a little bit and make it symmetrical. This is pretty much the extent of my prettying up as well. So if you are a builder, sorry. I'm all about function, not about form. I need it to do what I need it to do. I don't care what it looks like. Well, I kind of care. Not much. Can't be horribly unattractive. But it doesn't gotta be perfect either. Definitely not building a... Oh, there's a trees in there you saw for a second if you were eagle-eyed enough. I'm also going to change my UI to much larger. I've noticed that on other people's streams, and it makes a big difference. And I've streamed a lot of Minecraft and no one said anything about it to me, but Chair squeaking. Now we get the sand together, we got some dust. And we got some clay, but the clay is worthless without the bone meal, so we're going to have to put a lot more dust. We're going to make a little bit of clay here real quick. That's just a wood barrel, water, and dust. And here I think I'm sieving sand. No, I'm sieving the dust now. I cut out a big chunk of it because I did a lot of sieving. I did sand at first and realized that that was not getting me what I need. And clay balls and bone meal, and we have porcelain clay. And with that, we'll make a couple of crucibles. Make a couple campfires so it goes a little bit faster. And I cut it out, but I did put them down without firing them. You absolutely have to cook them, or they don't do the job. And they're ready to go. And I realized I don't have any stone, do I? Nope, there it is. Fill them up and wait. Each progression of the cobblestone generator will take a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. It will give you the bucket back, so you don't have to worry about losing your buckets, but I don't think that was like that in previous versions. I think it ate it. But it does take a while for those campfires to cook it up. So to entertain myself while I'm waiting, I built a platform to do some hammering. And if I remember right, I did not use it at all. So at this point, I'm pretty much good. We're pretty much through episode 1, but I take some time. It's about 2 hours worth of gameplay for me. I could have whittled it down to maybe an hour and a half. Maybe even less. I AFK'd it, phone calls and stuff. About 2 hours to get to this point. I'm working out the recipe. I realize I need glass, which means I need sand. Here's the tier 1. Glass. Glass and logs, and I don't think I have any logs at this point, so we're going to plant a tree. We're going to need that for tier 2. Grab one of the 100 hammers I crafted and I've never used. They will get used though, for sure. So we're a bit away from doing the automatic so far. Yet. So, not quite there yet. We got our sand. We're going to cook us up some glass. And check on the lava. It definitely needs to be refilled. Oh, I already grabbed the lava. Okay, I cut that out then. Oops. Even with this shitty quality video that I made, it still was a good bit of work. Still a decent bit of work went into this. At least twice as long for production as it took to record it. And I'm sure that'll end up being much, much more. Right, here we go. We're going to assemble the tier 1. And it's done. Beautiful. Our tier 1 Cobble Gen. Get some more lava, and we're going to do a tier 2. It's a little bit faster, and it uses cobblestone, so the last bit of punching the ground is over. Unless I want granite or some of the other materials that come from it, which I may need that later. Looking for a good place to set it. And pop a chest on top of it. Thought I had more chest spells. So we'll go ahead and make a couple of chests. Throw them on there. Verify it's working. And there it is. The cobble is flowing in now. Perfect. And that's not sure how much more. Yeah, there it is. That's it. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Hopefully they get better with time. And yeah. Like and subscribe, do that thing. Later.